Alumni Association, and back in the days in Uniben as well. Douglas, you're welcome. Greatest Uniben.
Great. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. Michael Jackson, 1987. Greatest Uniben alumni.
Greatest.
Articulate Uniben alumni. Ever proactive and ever strategic Uniben alumni. I hail you now. Good evening, lovely ladies and gentlemen. I will crave your indulgence and stand on all existing protocols. My name is Douglas Emeka Okor, brain surgeon, passionate Nigerian Health Sector advocate, and entrepreneur. Today, I'm going to be talking about giving back. What does it take? To do this quick talk, we'll be talking about why, when, how, and what do you give back? I was born in the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. I attended University of Benin Staff School, nursery and primary school. And for some reason known to the higher powers, I crossed the opposite side of UBTH and went to Adola College, University of Benin. And then I came back again into University of Benin Medical School, Uniben, and the sister institution, University of Benin Teaching Hospital as well. Graduated as a doctor from that school. Went somewhere in Kaduna to do my NYSC. Find myself back in the University of Benin Teaching Hospital again as one of the first pioneer medical officers in the HIV unit there. My dad, that sounds weird. My papa, for the last 36 years, has been a lecturer in the University of Benin. And for the last 25 odd years, has been a professor of pharmacy in the University of Benin. Now, it is understandable why I'll have an emotional connection with those institutions. So why should we give back? I suspect that not everybody here will have such an emotional connection with me. So there must be other reasons to give back apart from having an emotional connection with those institutions. Look at the logo of University of Benin. What's under there? Knowledge for service. What are we created for? We are created to be solution providers and problem solvers. Why else? The attitude of gratitude. Most speakers have talked about how the heydays in the University of Benin, when people were making their beds and stuff like that. Even though I wasn't part of those heydays, because I'm definitely relatively younger than most of the people that have spoken. I remember that in my 100 level, my first year, my tuition fees were 93 naira. When I was in my second year, it was 119 naira. I can imagine coming over to the UK and doing medical school and seeing how much I will pay or how much student debt I would have. An attitude of gratitude. Fulfillment. We are all interconnected in a way. You get true fulfillment when you actually connect with people, communicate with people, and make an impact in your community. And if, based on the attitude of gratitude, you know that the great places that you are now, that you had the University of Benin as a fulcrum, as a foundation, then it's a no-brainer. So, when do you give back? I arrived in the United Kingdom on the 18th of February 2006. Struggled to pursue my dream to become a neurosurgeon. I worked in different crazy jobs. I cleaned toilets. I don't know if anybody knows what they call peke. Yes. Exactly. So I did that. I worked as a nursing auxiliary and stuff like that. Finally, I got my first job as a doctor in 2007, February. Now, 9 months after that, I visited Nigeria for the first time. I was still struggling then, but I thought, does anybody know what they call a tourniquet? If anybody was ever taking blood from you, especially if you remember Nigeria, they tie some tubings around your hand and stuff like that. So I thought, oh, let me just take these fine tourniquets that they use here, simple, very easy to use, and I took 10 tourniquets, and I went to the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, and I gave it to the then HOD of surgery. And then he was surprised, this young man, you just left the other day, you're already thinking of giving back like this. When is it time to give back? Time to give back is now, because you always have something to give back. So, what do you give back? And how do you give back? We've talked about it a lot here, but as they say, repetition is the hallmark of learning. What do you give back? Your time, your resources, your passion. There are many young Nigerians in the University of Benin that need motivation and need to be inspired. And so, for a long time, my lovely wife, Loretta Okor, please give my lovely wife, Loretta Okor, a big round of applause. In the year 2010, we co-founded an organization which is actually named after our kids, Ashanti Graham Health and Education Initiative Foundation, and that's the logo there, AGIF for short. And basically, AGIF vision is 21st century healthcare for Nigeria. And basically, our key passion is surgery and surgery-related specialties. And we've done a few things. The neurosurgery unit in the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, we donated lots of equipment going to millions of naira. Every trainee in that field in neurosurgery has a textbook of neurosurgery every year when I go back there. And for I was going to Nigeria every year, I will go into the theater with them. So when they start board runs by 7 a.m., I'm there with them. And just last year here, we visited the obstetrics and gynecology unit in the same University of Benin Teaching Hospital and donated some fetal Dopplers. You know, I don't know any of the ladies here, when you're pregnant, there's what they call this, the piniard. Some funny thing I used to listen always. When my wife went in 2014, she was like, why are you guys still using this? You can use an ultrasound system and then you listen very well. Even the mother is very happy that she can hear the sound of her baby's heart. So we donated that and donated some betting balls as well. In 2012, I worked with FEMSA, which is the University of Benin Medical Students Association. I remember then, it was funny, in 2 weeks I raised about £1,500 to support them. And the theme of that event was the Nigerian healthcare system bridging the gap and trying to inspire young Nigerians in the University of Benin Medical School. And guess what? Since 2012, this year will be the 5th year, every year, the best student, specifically in a particular course in surgery, gets a laptop and £100. And then in 2014, we had 2 people who actually were the top students in surgery, and then they have 2 laptops and £200. Now, that is what I call giving back. And basically, I'll just talk about the bigger picture of things. Being in the UK, America, and stuff like that makes you when God blesses you, it means that it comes with some sort of responsibility. And part of that responsibility, we know what the problems are in the Uniben and in the larger society in Nigeria. So the major problems when we look at things like efficiency and effectiveness of our systems, our processes. And therefore, Douglas Emeka Okor coined this simple phrase. Next slide, please. Coined these simple words to try and explain that and make it sensible to people. What we call the FEPS principle. Making things faster, easier, better, safer, and simpler. That's the big picture. And to end this talk, this short talk, I will first of all want to say a few things and probably communicate this through the director of the Uniben Alumni Service, Uniben Alumni UFIT. Yes. Please communicate this back to the Vice Chancellor on our behalf, and I hope I speak for everybody. The Uniben diaspora is endowed with enormous capacity in terms of experience, knowledge, capacity. And therefore, we would crave and request seriously that they create a channel for that exchange between the diaspora and the University of Benin. And I'm sure my Professor David Anoba enlightened that, and I'll just use the opportunity to say that again. And basically, I'll end by giving the key message. So the key message is, first, please give back. The second message is, very importantly, give back. And the third message, and finally, definitely, is give back. God bless you all. God bless.
Douglas is about to bless us all, but if you look on your table, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. There are envelopes on the table, and he has said, give back 1, give back 2, give back 3. This evening, we are going to start. We won't wait for tomorrow. Those envelopes need to be filled this evening. Return them to us filled, please. You are not doing it for me, you're not doing it for forcing, you're not doing it for everybody started, you are doing it for Uniben. So, Douglas, I will hand the mic back to you.
Thank you very much, Loretta. Just to continue from where she stopped. There's a cash machine. If you come out of the reception, and go to your left, there's a Sainsbury place there. There's a free cash machine there. So if there's an issue of saying, oh, I don't have cash with me, there is a cash machine there. There's one in the hotel. Yeah, there's one in the hotel also. Fantastic. So thank you, everybody. God bless you all. God bless Greatest Uniben, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Greatest Uniben!